Some people are called to the mountains, others are drawn to the sea. But for a man named Ted, the call came from deep within the earth itself. In March of 2001, he started an online journal, a blog. He wanted to share his passion for caving, exploring the dark, hidden places beneath our feet. He wasn't a paranormal investigator, he was just an ordinary guy with a love for discovery. His posts, technical details, excitement, pure joy, squeezing through tight spaces, mapping the unseen world. He wrote about gear, techniques, and the feeling of being the first human in a sealed chamber. His diary began as a simple log of adventures. He documented trips with a friend he called B. We now know him as Brad. Together they pushed known cave boundaries. They relied on each other for safety in an unforgiving place. This tiny opening was more than just a hole, it was a mystery. A powerful, constant wind was blowing out of it. It defied easy explanation inside a closed cave system. Driven by the puzzle, Ted and Brad returned with tools, a hammer, a chisel. They began the grueling work of widening the passage. For weeks they chipped away at solid rock. Their progress was measured in inches. The work was exhausting. It punished their bodies and tested their resolve. With every swing of the hammer, the hole grew larger. Their obsession deepened. What was on the other side? They decided to name the passage. In caving tradition, you honor those who came before. They called it Floyd's Tomb, a tribute to Floyd Collins. He'd been trapped and died in a Kentucky cave in 1925. The name was a somber acknowledgement of danger. The first sign that something was deeply wrong came from the wind itself. It wasn't just a strong breeze anymore, it had a sound, a voice. Ted described it as a low howling, almost like a moan that echoed up from the depths of the new passage. This wasn't the normal sound of air moving through rock, it felt different. It felt alive. Then came the rumbling. On several occasions as they worked near the entrance to Floyd's tomb, they felt a low, deep vibration. It wasn't an earthquake, the feeling was too localized, too specific. It seemed to emanate directly from the passage they had just opened. It felt ancient and powerful, like a giant heartbeat deep within the planet. Even the animals knew. Ted brought his dog, a fearless companion, to the cave entrance, but the dog refused to go near it. After weeks of wind and eerie noises, they arrived one day to find absolute silence. With the wind gone, a new kind of fear took hold. The silence was honestly just deafening. The drip of water, the crunch of gravel under their boots, the frantic beating of their own hearts. Ted decided to go in first. He had to know what was on the other side, armed with his headlamp and a powerful flashlight. He began the arduous crawl into Floyd's tomb. The passage was even tighter than it looked, pressing in on him from all sides. It was a struggle for every inch, a battle against the rock and his own rising panic. The darkness was absolute, swallowing the light from his lamp. The passage twisted and turned, descending deeper. Scraping sounds, not his own. The unnerving feeling of not being alone. Strange markings on the wall, carvings like hieroglyphs but of no known language. They looked ancient, they felt meaningful, they were utterly alien. The air changed, a foul, organic smell, damp earth, decay, something sickly and unfamiliar. Every nerve screamed to turn back, and then, it happened. From the darkness ahead, a sound ripped through the silence. It wasn't a howl or a rumble, it was a scream. A human-like scream, filled with agony and terror. Scrambling out of Floyd's tomb, Ted was a changed man. The thrill of adventure was gone, replaced by sheer, unadulterated terror. He and Brad didn't hesitate. Their only thought was to seal the passage, to put the rock back, to trap whatever made that horrifying sound back in the darkness. They left the cave that day, shaken to their core, vowing never to return. For a few weeks it seemed the story was over, but the cave wasn't done with him. Nightmares, anxiety, unexplainable occurrences at his home. He couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed him out. In a final fateful blog post in May of 2001, he wrote that he had to go back. He couldn't live with the unknown. He wrote, "I have to know." That was his last entry. After that post, the website, Ted's Caving page, fell silent. No more updates, no more photos, no more stories of exploration. Ted vanished. His eerie silence was more terrifying than any scream he could have described. Did he go back to the cave? Did he find what he was looking for? Or did it find him? We will never know. His website remains online today, a digital tombstone frozen in time. The legend of Ted the Caver became one of the first and most powerful viral horror stories on the internet.